Hey, bud, Johnny Joey Jones. Jonas, you probably see him on Fox News. You'll see him maybe at the gym. He's always working out. You always working out, man. It's like
Listen, I skip leg day, though.
I remember the first time you came in the studio and you did a leg joke, and we were all like awkward. We're like, you're like, it's fine, man. It's fine.
Yeah, it went from using it to break the ice and make everybody feel good to like making everybody feel awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what
sometimes I have to rein it back in.
Yeah, right. So Johnny Joey Jones, former Marine, he
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Okay, all right. Geez, wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha. He was a bomb tech and lost both legs, has injuries to his arm and all stuff. Anyway, he's didn't let that bother him. He's moved on. He's doing great things, man. He got this new book out. What is the book about?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I mean, teed that up nicely for me. I appreciate that.
We try.
The book is really something that I tell people modesty went out the window when I started wearing makeup for work.
Yeah.
You don't really get to call yourself modest anymore.
All right.
But I try to stay humble, and my idea of humility is understanding your place in other people's lives and respecting that as a responsibility to them, to where they're not necessarily just in your life, you're in theirs too. And that goes with your kids, with your wife or husband, with your parents. But for me, it also goes with my friends, especially those that I served in the Marine Corps with and grew up with. And so I was approached by, I've been approached for years. Hey, you should write a book. You should write a memoir. You should put your story down. And my perspective was always, well, my story, I'm doing air quotes right now, is kind of out there in video and short form, and I talk about it. I have a platform. I get to weigh in on things. People that know me know about me. But, man, the extraordinary people I know that live ordinary lives that have been influential in my life, that I draw inspiration from and wisdom, and who kind of shake me and slap me around and say, hey, quit being an idiot. I'd love to tell their stories because they don't have my platform, and they've been huge in my life. And so we sat down, decided to do, 5 to 12 stories of service members and interview them about their what we call unbroken bonds of battle, like how important relationships were to them.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, I got to write a book about how important those relationships were to me. So it's a pretty cool juxtaposition. You'll read my thoughts on an aspect of life or relationship, hear their testimony, and then hear my kind of applying that to my own life, how you can apply it to yours. Turned into a really fun book to write. And, I have Vietnam veterans come up at a book signing and say, thank you for putting on paper the way I felt and just didn't know how to say. I don't know that there's a better honor that I could ever have.
Yeah. Well, the book is called Unbroken Bonds of Battle from Johnny Joey Jones. That's his real name. Johnny Joey Jones.
Triple J.
That's right. Unbroken Bonds of Battle is the name of the book. You can get it anywhere. We'll come back and talk more with him. I also have a question about the military, and for those who have maybe options for loved ones to get into the military, why they should. And we'll talk about that with him coming up next. Hang on. Hey, our guest is Johnny Joey Jones, Marine that has got was an EOD, bomb technician. As he said, what's your thing you have on your Twitter? I was once something about the bomb. Now I'm just the bomb. What is it again?
I know what you're saying. I had that on there for a while.
Yeah,
it used to be a bomb tech. Now I'm just a bomb or something like that.
Yeah, right. It makes me laugh. So what are you got Craig Morgan, who's re-enlisting. He's going to be used to really for recruiting and whatnot for the military. What would you tell someone who's like on the fence of like, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't get into the to the armed services? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I'm a good friend, or I know Craig Morgan well enough to make jokes with him. I said, Craig, it looks like they'd dig up Audie Murphy and put him in a uniform if they thought that would help with enlistment, and just kind of giving him a little bit of junk about that. But Craig's probably could. I've been around him. He probably could still do all their PFT stuff just when he got out.
For sure.
He's in great shape, and he's got so much energy. I don't know how you have that much energy and be sober like Ted Nugent would say. But But with all that being said, listen, a lot of people are worried about military because they're worried about, these factors that are in American politics and American culture now that people are arguing about. And they're worried about that being in the military. And it's like, well, okay, but if you're not in the military, they're definitely a part of your life. I mean, you're not getting away from these things. We literally on Fox talk about them every day, and people talk about them on social media and at church. And so wouldn't you rather your kid or even yourself, if you're a young adult, wouldn't you rather be in uniform and serving a higher purpose and getting those intangible things that you learn in service, even if those things are now part of the conversation and that's not really what you want to be around, because that's there either way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the way I see it. Listen, every generation of Marine says, well, things were, back in the old Corps, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you know what? The one thing I've learned is Parris Island doesn't change much, no matter what the circumstances are. And I think that's still the same. But we make Marines, we make soldiers, airmen, sailors for a purpose, and that's to accomplish the mission. And if we all give up and run away from it because we don't like how it's being done, then it definitely does not get done.
That's right. And also a gratitude to those who are listening to us around the world on AFN. It's a great platform for us to be able to, instantly reach our military men and women wherever they are around the globe through what is that, a dog?
There's a dog or a T-Rex.
Listen, that's a French bulldog.
Oh, wow.
And the bark is the only thing impressive about him.
Hey, the book is called Unbroken Bonds of Battle, Johnny Joey Jones. Make sure you pick it up or maybe gift it to someone. What a great gift. Again, it's Unbroken Bonds of Battle, Johnny Joey Jones. Love you, brother. We'll be watching on Fox News. And as always, all the best to you, man.
I appreciate you guys.
See you, brother.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was great. That was good. You did good.
Thank you.
I have no idea what it was because this is taped afterwards. But
You were amazing, though.
Thanks. Appreciate it.